I haven't done this in so long. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria V. You can call me Maria, Mave, Madi, whatever you want. Today, I will be talking about how I got into my 2 top grad school programs. I am super excited to share this information, and honestly, I'm still excited that I got in because it's a big achievement and I'm very proud of all the hard work I put in during my 4 years of undergrad. So I'm gonna break up this video into 2 parts. The first part is gonna be my advice on how to prepare to apply and the timeline that you should follow to not overstress yourself. And then the second part of the video is gonna be about what I did during college, if that interests you. Also, I'm looking over to the side because I have a bunch of notes. Sound good? Awesome, let's roll with it. To begin, I just graduated from Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida, magna cum laude with a media communications studies degree. I feel like I literally know what I'm saying, but it sounds so weird. I got a Bachelor of Science in Media Communication Studies, and I also received 2 minors, one in English and one in General Business. I started looking into grad schools the summer before going into my senior year of college because I wasn't doing anything over the summer, and even if I was taking classes, usually the summer load for classes is a lot less than what it is in a normal semester. So I definitely recommend getting to it as quickly as possible so you don't have any extra stressors on you. So first I'm going to talk about the GRE. So I ended up taking the GRE, but I didn't end up sending it to my schools because they waived it for the incoming class of 2021. So when I applied in 2020, they just didn't ask for the GRE. You could send it if you wanted to. The reason I did take it was because over the summer, the schools hadn't announced that they waived it yet. So I did study for it. That's life. I did study for the GRE for about 3 months. I think they say not to study more than that just because it's more of a how you take the test and not what you know, so that's something good to remember. And I think they give the test year-round, so I really recommend just getting it out of the way over the summer instead of just waiting for when the school year starts and then you have to do normal school plus GRE stuff. It's just a lot and it's unnecessary stress. And I got the GRE practice book and that's what I practiced with. I just took the book, sat down, and did the damn thing. Okay, so when I was looking into schools, again, I did this throughout the whole summer, so I gave myself a lot of time. Specifically, I looked for schools in areas that I liked and that I was interested in living in during grad school and even after grad school, just because you don't know where life's gonna take you and might as well live in a city that you wanna live in. Also, disclaimer, I was looking into communications programs, so I kind of had the liberty, and I may be wrong, but for certain programs, you'd wanna go to a certain school in a certain place, so you don't really have the liberty to. But if you do have the liberty to pick your own city, I recommend picking a city that you would be interested in living in. When I found schools that had a program that interested me, I obviously read about the program. I read the classes that you have to take to complete the program. I thought that was very interesting and specific, and at least for communications, since it's such a broad major or program, I like to see what classes they offer and if they kind of relate to the path that I want to take, if that makes sense. I also loved looking at the alumni of the school and their jobs, again, to see if they're on the same path that I wish to take when I graduate school. And if schools have the class profiles available, it is very helpful because usually they have people's test scores, like the people who are admitted, their test scores, their GPAs, demographics. So that's really interesting to look at, and you can kind of see like what you should aim for when you take the GRE, or you can compare your GPA. So something that schools offered during 2020, they had Zoom info sessions, which were very helpful because you would speak to staff, you would sometimes speak to alumni, and they would talk about their experience. The staff would talk about the applications. You can get a lot of information about the application itself and the essays that you have to write, and normally the staff would be kind enough to give you their emails, and that was really great resources just to either entertain. Yeah, you're gonna entertain them. You're gonna introduce yourself in these emails, and you can also ask for help when the time comes. I got it. As far as the essays, I'm not gonna lie, I started the essays in December and the applications were due in like January and February, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing at all, but I definitely gave those essays my all. And yeah, I'm being dramatic because I have learned that the essay has a lot of weight in the applications. I had literally anyone and everyone who was available to read it and to give me their feedback, because everyone always has a different insight and input, and I think everything is so useful and you can just take it all in and do what you want to do with all of that information. And honestly, it made me feel a lot better, and it was just really nice to have other people look at stuff. finally, I ended up submitting my applications. I submitted them early, like all of them early, not like super duper early, but I didn't want to wait until the deadline just because I don't like doing that. I get too stressed. And trust me, I'm not one of those people in school who like does things like 3 months in advance. No. Just with this, I want to get out of the way right now. And after that, patience was key, especially because schools kept pushing back their deadlines because of, I think they were trying to accommodate for COVID, which is very understandable. So a lot of patience. I applied to Boston University in December and I heard back in March, and I was admitted into the Master of Science of Media Science program, which is the one I applied for. So that was really cool. And I also applied to University of Southern California, and I applied to their advertising and public relations program, and I got in, and it was so cool because I applied to USC as an undergrad and I didn't get in. So to get in for the grad program was really awesome. And I've always loved LA. Boston was never in my plan at all, but I heard it was a cool city and I read about the program and I thought it was a really good fit for me. So that was cool. I'm gonna say which one I'm going to in the end. I'm gonna save it. Sorry. Okay, so this is the second part of the video where I'm going to talk about what I did in undergrad. If you don't want to watch this for any reason, you can go ahead and skip. I'll make a little timestamp of when I say what university I'm going to if you want to look at that. So for undergrad, I like to believe that I worked my butt off, and I always looked for ways that I could entertain myself, that I enjoyed, and also build my resume, because I felt like in high school I didn't really do much. Like I would just go to school, do my homework. I was in the musical theater program and I really didn't do anything else. I wanted to take up my time in college, and I feel like it's a little easier and more fun because when you go to college, you're like in this little city and your campus is a city, so it's like you have all these different things to do. I don't know. I will also say that I was very thankful and lucky enough to study something that I am really passionate about. And I think that honestly helped me succeed in my college career. So I'm just thankful that I was able to find my passion when I was pretty young actually, but I know people who don't declare majors until sophomore year of college and they're very happy. Everyone goes at their own pace, and it's just a matter about finding what works best for you. So as far as clubs, I was in her campus for all of my 4 years, and if you don't know this, if you're a new viewer, I actually did my freshman year at University of Central Florida, and I transferred over to Florida State University, and I actually did her campus there. So I was a writer for her campus at University of Central Florida. By the way, her campus is an online magazine. I didn't mention that and I should have. So I was a writer for them my freshman year, and then my sophomore through senior year, I was an editor, and I loved that position. It was so fun, and it definitely gave me a lot of experience working on a team and managing a team and just editing and being there for my writers. That was a really cool thing. And there were definitely other clubs that I tried out and just didn't really like or wasn't too involved in. It happens. I feel like as long as you find something that you can stick with for a long time, you know, find passions, things that you like, things that you can stick with, because I think consistency is a really good thing on an application. Also, if for some reason you can't find a club that you like, make one up. What are your passions? Make it a club. Crocheting, I feel like there should be a crocheting club, but like literally anything. Journaling, art journaling, try it. Because honestly, the fact that you started a club would look really freaking cool. I was also in my sorority during my undergrad career. I was in Pi Beta Phi and I loved it. I would recommend it to anyone that is remotely even thinking about it, just because I never thought I would be a sorority girl and I never thought I would be involved. I didn't even know what a sorority was until I got to freshman year of college. I did recruitment my sophomore year, and I have some videos on recruitment actually. If you're thinking about that for any reason, I can link them up here. But that was really cool. I definitely met a lot of people through it, and it allowed me to do a lot of philanthropic things through it. And I was also involved in my sorority. I was actually the Arrow chair, which basically writes all the publications needed for the sorority. So whether it's a statement or for the magazine that goes out quarterly. So that's really cool experience, and it's a very easy way to get involved. Finally, work. I worked during college, and I always tried to work on campus just because it was more convenient for me since I didn't have a car. But I did have a little moped scooter, and I worked at a law firm for marketing for a summer, and that was really an interesting experience. And I was able to get to and from work because I had a scooter, so that was really cool. But my point with this work part that I'm talking about is to take risks. I would have never in my mind thought that I would work for a law firm, and I did, and I got experience, but I would have never seen myself in that environment. I also worked as an events assistant person at UCF, so I helped set up events at the student union. Never would have thought I'd done that, but it's experience to get to meet people. And then I worked at the gym at FSU for a little bit to swipe people in and rent out things to patrons and stuff, and that was really interesting. Also got to meet some people, all experiences. And finally, I landed probably my favorite job yet in my life, and it was marketing for the gym, so the campus recreation program at FSU. If you know me personally, I talk about that all the time. I love that job. If any of my coworkers are watching this, much love to you. I miss you so much. But yeah, that was great because I got marketing experience. I made friends, I had a great time. It was like a little club. And finally, I'm not gonna talk a lot about it because I don't wanna make the whole video about it, but I got to study abroad, which was an incredible opportunity. I never thought I would be able to do it in my financial situation, but I would apply for scholarships semesterly that the school offered, and I get a couple of them. And also, thankfully, with my financial aid, I was able to accumulate enough money to go abroad, and that was incredible. Sadly, it got cut short due to COVID, but everything happens for a reason. Anyway, that was really, really cool. I had never been to Europe before. I was in Valencia, Spain. It was amazing, and it's just cultural experience. It was so awesome. I'm gonna stop. That's basically it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or DM me. I love to help with this college search, and I'm happy that I can help to the grad level now because I was able to go through it. And oh, okay, it's time for a reveal. 1 second. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I can't put it on because it's literally so hot. I live in Florida. Drum roll. Why'd I get emotional? I'm going to Boston University. I am super excited. I have not been to Boston ever, which sounds really crazy, but I feel like since the school is ranked so well, and Boston, I hear, is a great city. No one tells me any different. And it was really crazy for me. It was a really hard decision because, like I said, I kind of went off about LA at the beginning of my video, and that's how I've always felt about LA, and I've always wanted to end up going there. It was such a weird decision, but I think that life presents opportunities and you just gotta take them and roll with the punches, and I'm just so excited and I am so thankful. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun in my undergrad. My last semester of college, actually it was my final essay for a class. I spent all day working on it. At 8:30 p.m. I finished it, I showered, got ready, and went to my friend's birthday party. You can do it. You can do it all. Have fun and still be successful. So yeah, I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you again for watching and for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful. Again, let me know if you need any help.